Am I the asshole for not wanting my wife's daughter to be introduced as a family friend? A few years ago, my wife and I got a letter from a woman claiming to be my wife's daughter, Laurel, who wanted to meet with her. She'd told me that she'd given up a child for adoption when she was young, so I was expecting that this might happen. What I didn't expect was that the truth was there was never any adoption. She just left the baby with the father and bailed. The worst thing about this is that when Laurel was 12, she wrote my wife begging for help. Her response was to write her the nastiest reply imaginable. I've since had a chance to read it. That basically blamed her for her problems and threatened her against contacting her again and ruining her family. I couldn't believe it. Not only has she been lying this whole time, but she actively had contact and chose to abandon her a second time while we were married. This has all been an emotional dumpster fire, but that's an issue of its own. We've been in contact and building a relationship for the last few years. So much therapy. So far, we've kept this all away from our kids. At this point, it's been a few years, and there's interest in having everyone meet. Thing is, between my wife and Laurel, they've come to an agreement to tell the kids and everyone else in the family that Laurel is a family friend. Absolutely not. I'm sick of the lying. What they call each other is their own deal. And I don't expect that to change, but I'm not lying anymore. I don't like lying to my kids as a policy, but lying to them about who's related to them and who isn't is dangerous. I only want them meeting if we can tell them the truth. Now I'm getting into it with my wife, Laurel, and my parents, the only outside people who know. They say I should go along with it, not for my wife's sake, but for Laurel's. I understand why she would want that, but I don't think I care anymore. The kids need to know, not the asshole. The fallout from lying will be far worse than telling the truth up front if she's ever found out. And you'll be just as guilty as her in your kids' eyes for lying by omission. If she's that ashamed, then she shouldn't be bringing Laurel round the family. If they will find out. Not the asshole. So your wife wants to continue this lie forever. Your kids are going to find out eventually. It's going to happen, no matter how hard your wife protects her lie. Just doing a DNA test from Ancestry will uncover it. A relative who knows can slip up. Does she want the kids to find out like that? They might hate her forever for it. This lie is going to cause an avalanche of issues, and your children deserve to know this person is their sister. Their sister also deserves to know her siblings as siblings, not a generic friend. Hasn't your wife damaged her enough with the abandonment? I can't imagine being the daughter who was treated this way. As for you, I don't think I could stay with a person capable of this. She's been lying to you, and that's not forgivable to me. There is nothing to stop you from being honest with your own children. You don't have to keep the secret. What is your wife going to do? Divorce you? She would be doing you a favor. She isn't a good person. She rejected her own daughter twice. She had 30 years to correct this, and she didn't. She wants to keep it going. You're staying with someone like that? Is she the mother of your kids? If not, I would reconsider exposing them to her any further. I was shocked that there was no mention of Op rethinking whether or not he should stay married to her, because I would have been out when the letter was revealed. I can't imagine a mother treating her child that way. Am I the asshole for going against my parents' wishes of going to a prestigious school and instead going to the school that gave me the most money? Hi everyone. For context, I, 18 female, got into the University of Virginia, UVA, and the College of William and Mary, WNM. UVA was one of my top schools for the longest time because I thought it was prestigious and it was pretty good for business, since that's what I am majoring in. However, I applied to other schools that I would go to besides UVA in case I had gotten rejected. I mainly applied to schools within my state and nearby states. I got into UVA, and that was exciting. On the contrary, the price tag was not attractive. I would have to pay tens of thousands of dollars per year to go to UVA. On the other hand, I got accepted to WNM with a full ride and a research grant, which would look very good to graduate schools and potential jobs. Additionally, I would get the newest dorms available because I got the specific research grant. I told my parents my options, and they still want me to go to UVA because it is better for business. My parents said not to worry about money, but I do not want to be financially tied to them because they might take away my tuition or have control over my life, since they are quite religious and conservative. I toured both campuses, and I honestly liked WNM better because it was less busy compared to UVA, and no student debt. Also, everyone was more helpful and friendly to me at WNM when I toured, and the tour was actually led by someone, whereas UVA's tour was self-led. Overall, I just like the feeling of WNM better. Now, my parents are very disappointed in me in choosing WNM and trying to get me to change my decision. They are saying that I am selfish, careless, and too young to be making major life decisions. However, I asked all of my counselors, teachers, my smartest peers, and just about everyone said they would choose W&M, given my decisions. I tried to explain to my parents that undergrad does not matter, and that I'll go to business school anyways after college, university. They are still firm on their decision, because they are immigrants who worked hard to give me the best possibilities and to take the largest opportunity, which is UVA. They say money isn't a problem, but I am not comfortable with the decision. They keep sending me statistics about how UVA is ranked higher and all of that, and are guilt-tripping me, trying to change my mind. They have been crying nonstop about my decision. I haven't committed yet, but honestly, I think they just want bragging rights that I go to UVA. So Reddit, am I the asshole for choosing to go to my choice of university college over my parents' preferences? Any help would be appreciated because they won't support me anymore, and I will be disowned if I go through with my decision. Thank you. Edit. Thank you all for your support. It means a lot going through such a stressful time. To answer some questions, I will be majoring in business with a concentration in finance, and also double major with either statistics or math. I plan to get an internship or job after college and have work experience and eventually get my MBA, hopefully. So the cost of UVA for 4 years is about 80 Cal plus, and W&M has no loans attached to it either. Everything will be paid for by the scholarship or grants. Also, W&M accepts more of my AP credits if that helps, lol. Additionally, we are South Asian, lol. Not the asshole. Notice how you were only too young to make major life decisions after you made a decision they didn't like, while also trying to get you to make a major life decision that would leave you with significant debt and/or under their control for money. If money truly was no object, they'd put the money you need for the full 4 years, including cost of living changes and disposable income, into a bank account under your name only. They're throwing a temper tantrum to try and guilt you into doing what they want, which would keep you under their control. Convenient, isn't it? Don't worry. Like toddlers, they'll eventually wear themselves out. Go to W&M. I'd wait until after the deadline to accept at UVA before telling them. If possible, live with a friend or another family member this summer to avoid them. If not, be busy and out of the house as much as possible. You're making very smart choices. Trust me, after 16 years of paying off my student loans with around $3,000 still to go, I wish I'd gotten a full ride like you. Take advantage of it. In my 40s and still have student loans I'm paying off. Take the full ride, congratulations. Take it from an old guy who did a lot of hiring, where you went to school with very few exceptions like Harvard Law, MIT, etc. means little or nothing to employers. Grades and extracurriculars do matter. W&M is a highly regarded school, and turning down a full ride is ridiculous. Your parents are wrong. I've been to that campus while in a golf trip to Williamsburg. It's beautiful, stately, and unique. It doesn't have the feel of a Monster U. Here's what I found online. William & Mary is ranked 41st, tie out of 443 schools or in the top 9% of the National Universities ranking, and 13th, tie out of 227 or in the top 6% of the top public schools ranking. Your parents are misinformed? Not the asshole. Counterpoint from an old gal. Grades matter in some fields, but not others. I have never had a prospective employer ask for my transcript. Also, OP, not the asshole. Go to William & Mary. Work hard. Pursue your dreams. You'll be beholden to neither your parents or a lender, and you can build the life you want on your terms. Out of state, W&M has a much better reputation than UVA or Tech. It is the second oldest college in the country, and first in its charter. It's cheaper and still much smaller than UVA. Go to Bill and Mar. Yeah, full disclosure, I'm an alumna. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.